Well, welcome again to another CheapWineFinder.com podcast for a wine we wrote up on the CheapWineFinder.com website. Like we always do and have been doing for over a decade. Podcasts are newer, but still we have a bunch of those too. And today we've got an interesting wine. It's the Trader Joe's Reserve Columbia Valley Cabernet Sauvignon 2017. And the thing that stands out from that is 2017. In 2023, this is $9.99, a $10 wine. A typical red or white $10 wine is going to be a 2020, 2021. You're going to start seeing 2022 wines by the summer for white wines. 2017 is, where did that come from? And here's the thing about it. I'll explain it a little bit here. Your typical value price, drink it now red wine, which will be 2020 or 2021, they pick grapes that don't have a lot of tannins, don't have a lot of acidity. A wine that they can, when they extract it and they put it in oak, it's going to come together quicker. And those kind of grapes are plentiful, and they're good grapes. There's nothing wrong with those. The Drink It Now wines that come together quickly, the Drink It Now wines are the most popular wines in the world. The Grand Cru 25 years in the cellar wines, relatively few people drink those. These wines everybody drinks. And a typical $10 wine is made that comes together quickly. It might be a year in oak barrels, some new, some old. It might be 6 months, might be 9 months. But they're designed to come together quickly and they're ready to go upon release. So you get a 2021 or a 2020. Wines that have, and those wines, if you ever read about them in the magazines, they say can be cellared for 5 to 6 years. Now, will cellaring improve the wine? Probably not. And they always guess at it because nobody puts these in cellars. I mean, it's like, these are made to be drunk now. Why would you hold them for 5 or 6 years? They're $10 wines. Drink them. They're meant to be enjoyed when they're released. It doesn't really make sense because you can't guarantee. Some of them might be better in 5 years. Some of them might have, some good characteristics going on, but most of them are probably going to be at their best upon release, and they'll hold that for a while. This wine's got 5 or 6 years of aging to it. Now, this is either a wine that can go 5 or 6 years, and you either have to drink it right now by the end of the year or before it goes bad. But Trader Joe's Fearless Flyers says this is a wine that should sell for $25 in a retail wine shop. We'll take a sip, and we'll talk about it. Now, a $25 wine, and probably between $50 and $25, these are all just loose things. There is no set rules for any of this. But there's like a middle ground between the wines that you can age for 15, 20 years and Drink It Now wines that are made with more extraction. The grapes have more tannins. The grapes have more acidity. And you can pull all those things, all the chemicals out of the grapes, and there's more going on in the fermentation process. And then you have to put them in barrel, and then it takes longer for the whole wine to incorporate the oak and everything to calm down. And those are wines that are going to cost between $25 and $50 for the most part. And it's all, I'm using loose numbers there. But they are made more like the cellared wines, but they too are ready to drink when they're released. You don't have to put them away for the most part. You can, and some of these wines can go maybe 10 years. Which is kind of what I'm thinking is going on here, because when Trader Joe's says this is a wine that could be 25, they're usually right. I've drunk enough of their wines to know that they don't blow smoke at you. And they know what the ins and outs are. We don't. And it makes sense. And now this is Columbia Valley. Would there be now? What is this wine? It's from Columbia Valley, which is a huge area. The Columbia Valley is an actual desert in terms of rainfall. There's all sorts of AVAs inside there. Would you necessarily make a wine that you're going to sell for $25 that you choose from different AVAs? Maybe. But since you have to have the grapes all have the same characteristics, it's kind of easier to keep the wines all from one space or one location where that's happening. Because if you have a wine that's a single vineyard wine, a single section of a single vineyard, you can put you can put Columbia Valley, the wider range. You don't have to put single vineyard, wine on your bottle. And most times people wouldn't want that because they'd want everybody to know, unless you're selling a wine like Trader Joe's that might come from a different company that might be selling this wine under a different label somewhere for $25. And they really don't want you to know that it came from this vineyard or this AVA. So that's one of the things you look for. You see Columbia Valley and Cabernet Sauvignon go, oh, a $10, $12 wine. Maybe not. Maybe not at all. So is this a good wine? Yeah, it's got the great nose. It's got flavors. You can tell it's more extracted. It's got like grilling meat and savory notes and things. It's got notes you don't. A lot of the $10 wines are more fruit forward and maybe have easy to pick out oak flavors, chocolate, vanilla. This one has got some cool flavors and it's still bright and alive. It tastes great. I'm gonna take another sip and we're gonna say goodbye. So this is me, not Domain Dave. Champion Dave, and this is from cheapwinefighter.com. And this is a Trader Joe's Reserve Columbia Valley Cabernet Sauvignon 2017. This is a $25 wine with all probability. It sells for $9.99. Tastes good. It's a good tasting Cabernet Sauvignon. There is no problems with that. And you're getting a wine for less than half, much less than half. I didn't do the math in my head, but there you go. So, yeah, pick it out. Trader Joe's has a couple of $25 red wines selling for $10 in their shelves right now. So check it out. There's a few things. Read up Cheap Wine Fighter's reviews to find out which ones. And our podcast, I think I said that. So adios, keep it cheap. Like us, we like your podcast if you will. And stay safe and warm, and I'll be talking to you. Bye-bye.